Welcome back to another episode of Inword News. It's your boy Dre, and kind of sort of dark episode this week.
Tyre Nichols! Tyre Nichols!
5 cops recently got fired, and they're currently being charged with murder and kidnapping after they beat a black man to death. He did not die on the spot. He died later in the hospital. They just released the footage, and before releasing the footage, they was already like preparing for protests. They were already getting ready for backlash from citizens. People were already on standby to be upset. The video was compared to being worse than Rodney King's video. That's a lot because Rodney King was one of the first like national stories about police brutality and the recognition of how cops were treating black people. Like, bro, they beat the hell out of that man for no reason. The video, it came out, I think it's like over 5 minutes long. At one point, they held this man up so they could continue to beat him. Apparently, they maced him. I seen something that said they maced him as if they were trying to like spray Raid on a roach or something. Like they just held it. At one point, one of the officers kept calling him bro. So it's not even like this was a professional thing. Like they were just enjoying this. And there's many angles I could go with this story because there's the, where's the Blue Lives Matter people coming out here to defend these black cops the same way they defended the white cops. You don't hear anything about that. There's the people that's claiming like, oh, this isn't racism because, black people did it. There's the issue of why the black cops were fired and charged so quickly and not put on paid administrative leave before the video even came out. Like there's a lot of layers and nuances to this story that I just don't have time to explain in this video. Just know that those 5 dudes are sick as hell. I hope the book is thrown at them. And, prayers to the family. And I hope they don't try to turn this dude's family into some political story and they try to like get the family in on commercials and show up at conferences and stuff. Like, bro, everybody needs to do their job, bring justice, and like let this family grieve. Also, defund the police, because there has been many of times for police to stand up and be good people, and almost every time they fail. And obviously there are good police out there. There are good people in law enforcement. We're not saying that there aren't. The issue is that this story happened so many times and it's happening too much in the media. And not every story like this gets media attention. These stories used to be like onesie twosies and it was just like, oh man, it's not that bad. It's just a few bad apples. Bro, now we're finding out that even the things you don't hear about, like I think it's damn near a new story every day. I think there's a different police brutality case every day. It's just we don't hear about them. Like they're not making televised news, so people aren't knowing, but they're happening. Google the statistics. There's always somebody keeping track of this stuff. Like this is ridiculous. The kid that shot his teacher, the 6-year-old kid, had 3 opportunities to not be a shooter. Apparently, multiple teachers had complained about the kid's behavior and suspicion that he had a weapon. The administration just didn't do anything. They said they were too busy or it wasn't that big of a concern or whatever. So apparently the kid had already came in, I guess, like making threats or just seeming off. And, they said something that I think the kid threatened somebody. The teacher said something like the administrator didn't do anything. And then at one point they said that the kid showed the gun to another student. Oh no, they said the kid had a gun on him at one of the times and the kid had put it in his pocket because they checked his bag and there was nothing there. And they was like, well, check his pockets. And the Mr. well, he has small pockets. He couldn't fit a gun in there. And then there was another case where he was on the playground and he showed another kid the gun and told the kid, if you tell anybody, I'll kill you. And the kid still told and they didn't do anything. So then eventually the kid ends up shooting his teacher. Like, teachers don't get paid enough. They have to protect the kids from school shooters. They have to protect the kids from themselves. They have to educate the kids. They have to barely feed themselves because most times, most teachers are buying things for their classroom for their kids. There was another story that I didn't put in here where a teacher and a student were fighting. And it wasn't even the teacher was fighting. The student was hitting on the teacher. And the teacher was just kind of like trying to keep her away. And it was like a hip toss or something. It looked like the teacher's leg was broken. Like, bro, it's not enough care for the education system right now. There could be a full overhaul of schools and it would be great. Like when Michelle Obama said that we need healthier food in school lunches. And they gave them they basically gave kids what is technically a balanced meal, but it's just nasty. And then they try to blame Michelle Obama like she created that plan. No, she said we need healthier food. And we do. Because the crap that they give kids, like, bro, we don't care about our children, like, as a country. And it's ridiculous that we sit here and pretend like we do. And if anybody speaks up against it, they're like, what are you going to do about it? I can't. One person can't do jack diddly. And even then, when people are like, oh, you can get out, email your politician, call your governor's office, get a petition started. You know, those are only things just like let people know. There's like going like, hey man, I want to go to the concert this week. Ask your parents. They're going to say no. Well, make a really good case. Like, bro, if they don't want to do it, they don't want to do it. I don't care how good of a case you put it this way. It's been going on for years and they haven't done anything. So why are we acting like a couple petitions going to change something? A somewhat more fun story. A man named Devon Tenson apparently broke into somebody's home, acted like it was his, and then threw a housewarming party in that home. He then somehow flipped it on the actual homeowners when they like complained and he couldn't get evicted or whatever. But eventually, you know, I think the homeowners provided the right paperwork and, you know, proof it was their home, proof it wasn't vacant and all that. And the dude was eventually arrested. The issue is, apparently this ain't his first time. Apparently this dude is known for like wild antics. And, you know, I guess he went to Savannah State and a bunch of his old Savannah State alumni went crazy posting old clips of him wilding. Apparently a lot of people already felt like he was a scammer. Apparently he used to just lie about things. He used to do wild stuff. Apparently man's about that scamming life. But it's just crazy to break into a home and throw a housewarming in there. Like, bro, what? That's next level boldness. I could never. A couple years ago, Bape took over the fashion world. Everybody knows about Bape. And if you don't, then you're just not old enough. Apparently, Nike been keeping an eye on them. It's been over a decade since, you know, Bape kind of like came up and fizzled out. And Nike is finally suing them niggas. Like, Nike said that Bape stole the designs and then even showed like the original blueprints and years that like the designs were patented and put them like side by side with Bape designs. And I mean, yeah, for sure, Bape kind of did steal their design. But my thing is like, bro, why now? I don't think Bape has that much money for Nike to be coming for them like this. Like, bro, what? But everybody online is comparing it to a RICO case because they said they've been waiting 20 years for this case. Either that or Nike's like losing money somewhere and they said, hey, let's re-up on Bape. Either way, I know the Bape owners is going crazy right now, confused. A quarterback recruit that was formerly committed to the University of Florida lost his scholarship when a video of him rapping the Inword surfaced. In true FU to the black community fashion, an HBCU offered this kid a scholarship. He's going to Albany State University. This isn't some story of, black kid got in trouble for saying nigga, even though he's black. No, this is some white kid said nigga, and an HBCU offered him a scholarship. Like, bro, what? A historically black college and university offered a white kid that said nigga a scholarship to play football. You know how many black students probably want a scholarship to go to these places? And they just gave it to a white kid after he got in trouble for saying nigga? Like, bro, what? Now on to the y'all hiring segment. The A Lifestyle is a New Jersey hairstylist. She is a specialist in natural curly hair, extensions, and color. Like I said, she's in New Jersey. I've seen her styles. Like, her stuff looks nice. A lot of hairstyles, they have like these crazy designs and like this eccentric, style. I went to her Instagram and it's just like, I don't want to say basic, but they're just general hairstyles, like blowouts, froze, curl. Like they're just normal stuff. You can just tell the quality. Like when you're looking at two different t-shirts, well, you can tell like, bro, they're just basic white t-shirts, but you can just kind of tell one's nicer than it should be. That's what her hairstyles are like. Like you look up like, okay, it's just long hair down somebody's back, but somebody's like, that's special. I don't know what it is, but it's special. The AMDC is a dance academy, dance school, dance classes for ages 3 to 16 years old. They have classes for praise dance, ballet, jazz, hip hop, and majorettes. They also have like specialty classes for like events like pole classes, sexy chair classes, stuff like that for the adults, not for the kids. Yeah, sign up for some dance classes if you're in Columbus. If you're in Columbus, sign up for dance classes if you're in Columbus. Cuvante is he's actually Lex's little cousin, Mr. Lex Photography. You know about her. He's her little cousin. He's dope at home decor and fashion. He just started a YouTube, so if you're trying to get into home decor and or fashion, go to his YouTube. Also check out his Instagram. Also, just hire him to do stuff. You don't even have to learn anything from him. Just pay him to decor your home and fashion your shin. Jazz and Ginger Mobile Bar is a mobile bar in Savannah. They bring the drinks to you. It's a mobile bar. It's a bar that is mobile. They bring you the stuff. They got them a cute little menu. Hire them for events. It's like a food truck for alcohol. Pull up whenever, or get them to pull up wherever you're at. Serve you some drinks. Y'all get lit, and then either stay. Ooh, if you get one of these and go to like a campsite, you don't have to drive home. Just go to sleep. You're camping and you're drunk. Yo, hey, put that as the Ignorant Noodle special on the menu. Y'all pull up to campsites and get people drunk so they can just go to sleep in the middle of nowhere. Everybody's safe. Everybody's, not in trouble. That's it for this week. I'm about to go fight Nazis in Wolfenstein. Follow me on Twitch. Follow these businesses. And tell me if you got any black businesses you want promoted. See you guys next week. Bye.